Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video we have, I believe it is a surprise hero's path for Eostrid Dream Song's Perfect Soul, the 5-star soul. I'm pretty sure we weren't told about this before. Our dog is really sick at the moment, so my head has been like all over the place basically since coming back from holiday. I've really not just all the shit is kicking off basically. Um, this is the fragment event calendar we had. So there are no fragments for Eostrid Dream Song as part of the hero's path, which is why it didn't show up here. Makes sense. But yeah, I think we basically didn't know it was coming, but it is here now. Hero's Path that starts tomorrow. That's Monday, the 15th of April. I even have to think about that. Like, is today Sunday? Bloody hell. To Friday, the 19th of April. So the start of that. It's a Hero's Path event. To complete the event, you'll need to summon souls from soulstones and to upgrade champions. There's a 5-star perfect soul for Eostrid in there, as well as mythical and legendary tomes and other items as well. So it's probably gonna be pretty expensive, right? Mythical tomes are expensive, though they are often in these heroes paths. They're often like at the bottom as sort of extra rewards for people that can whale hard or have saved up a ton and can go really far. Hopefully the soul will be gettable, but it's gonna be a fairly big grind. You might have some soulstones saved up. I've been saving everything basically since the last Heroes Path event, I think. So yeah, I've got a good chunk saved up, but it probably won't be enough to get there. We'll need to do some champion training. Of course, there is champion training on right now. I've been doing it with the RSL helper stuff, just getting comfortable with that. So I need to just finish that last little bit off today, which is totally fine. But yeah, it's a lot of champ training back to back to back, which could be intensive. But that being said, I really do think if you're into Hydra, this 5-star soul is probably very worth getting, right? It's probably very worthwhile. Eostrid is a really great champion. So yeah, like I did my top 20 list for Hydra, and neither Necmo nor Eostrid made it on. I feel like she might almost be better than Necmo. Like they're a little bit different, right? You can do I talked about it in detail in my guide, but Necmo, because he's got AoE attacks on everything, he works really well with Slayer. He's better with Cursed set. He's much better with Provoke set for Hydra, right? He's better with a lot of sets than she is, but she brings in, I think, the increased attack is really useful, and the weaken is absolutely huge. I value that so high. So I think that she is really good for Hydra. And yeah, I think the blessing on her, I think it's pretty strong. So it's probably worth going for if you can, right? I didn't feel the same about St. Patrick, but I feel with her, it probably is worth it. You know, I've got a 6-star blessing on Necmo, and it's great. Again, he's with cruelty and he's better because he does so many AoEs. He is better with cruelty than her. I guess that's something that's worth noting. Like, what do you run on her? Cruelty is still decent, and you can get that defense reduction. It's not so bad on her. It's not as good as it is on Necmo, but it's not bad. That might be a downside. You go, oh, cruelty's not so good. Brimstone on her is also decent. Again, it's very random, but it's kind of nice to have it in there. And the fact that it's protected as well is also quite nice. But yeah, you're going to get a ton of HP, some defense, some attack, and the accuracy and resistance are really nice for Eostrid as well. So they're nice things to throw in. I think the accuracy in particular is nice because that lets you build her in something like Guardian or Cursed set and be able to hit the accuracy requirements for a high level of Hydra, even so. So that's nice. And then 6-star, I probably wouldn't put her up to 6-star. You get the extra speed, etc. I put Necmo up to 6-star, and it's fine, but probably not really necessary, honestly. Yeah, probably better to focus that on arena champions for now. But yeah, there's always the possibility of more blessings in the future. We shall see. But for me, I think this is, these are the type of events that you save souls for, right? This is the best thing to save your souls for because you're getting basically a guaranteed soul on a really solid champion. If you are, of course, in the situation where you think, I'm not going to use Eostrid, then fine. But I think she's pretty good. Like I said, for Podrick, I'd say is better than her for Hydra. However, I didn't feel like he scaled all that well with the soul. He'll get a little bit of extra damage out of it. That's nice. But I didn't feel like it was super essential, right? He doesn't need the accuracy. so it's not so good. He doesn't have AoEs. He's just a little bit clunky to run it with. But Eostrid is good. He'd be good with 6-star Brimstone. Patrick would be a good 6-star Brimstone person. But yeah, I feel like she's a bit more solid. Not as good as a damage dealer. Damage dealer would be ideal because, in particular, 6-star Crushing Rend is so busted. But yeah, I think it's great. So let me know. What are you going to do? Are you going to go for this? I will certainly be trying. Check out my champion training video. We put it out yesterday, I think, with Lil Gaming. And Lil was walking me through how to use RSL Helper to sort of maximize or automate a lot of champion training to make it easier. I think it's a really worthwhile thing to do. Lots of things you can do with RSL Helper. And I think with just how intensive, how much stuff there is to do in the game these days, how difficult it is to manage all your gear, I feel like this is a tool that I want to use more and more and more in 2024. And I guess we'll just pray that Plarium implements more quality of life into the game. Right, that's the goal. That Plarium, or not the goal, but that would be great. You know, they're not going to do everything, but hopefully there'll be more quality of life stuff that will make stuff move a bit more smoothly, and we won't be as reliant on like for me. I feel like at this point I basically need RSL Helper and I need Hell Hades Optimizer, like to even be able to manage stuff. And I'm a content creator. I've got a lot of time to do this stuff. So yeah, quality of life desperately needed. Anyway, that's a bit of a tangent. That's a bit of an aside. But yeah, there you go. Let me know. What are you doing? What do you think? I personally will go for this. And yeah, see. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.